Hey y'all, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys can tell by the title we're going to be talking about everything XCN. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for showing tremendous amount of love. Continue doing so, and you will see a continuation of these updates. But yeah, looking across the board, Monday did start off on a really positive note. If you did watch my market analysis update, I'm sure you guys are kind of up to date as to what's happening. If not, I will obviously mention that in this update. But looking across the board, we have seen, market bouncing after 3 consecutive days of, major red. And I'm sure everyone on this channel that has been viewing over the last few weeks are up to date and are not surprised at the same time. So remember, when you see a move like what we saw yesterday, there needs to be some sort of a relief bounce, whether it's a dead cat bounce, whatever the case may be. There needs to be a bounce, and we did end up seeing that. Are we out of the woods just yet? That is a question that we're going to be answering. We're going to obviously analyze the charts of XCN, but yeah. Looking at XCN, it's up 11.9% over the last 24 hours. It's up more than that, but over the last few hours, I would say the last 3 to 4 hours, we have seen a little bit of a retracement, but the price is almost back to 3 cents. It was above 3 cents a few hours ago, but it's also up 8.2% in Bitcoin and 12% in Ethereum comparative. But looking at the valuation, approaching $1 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is sitting at about $500 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So now, if you're looking at the dominance index here, actually I want to show you guys the dominance index on the hourly time frame, so you kind of understand what's happening a little bit closer. So of course, dominance went up to the likes of 64.26%. We spoke about this yesterday. I told you guys the significance of this. Since then, we have seen the dominance pull down, but remember, this did not last too long. You did see about a 62.3% level, but since then, we did see quite a sharp drop. Remember, we heard more about the tariffs. And what did I mention in my last update? Monday is going to be very interesting, very important. Are we going to hear more about tariffs updates? And we actually did. There has been a pause, for the tariffs on Canada as well as on Mexico, which of course kind of brought in a little bit of a relief. But yeah, you're looking at the dominance, pulling down. We actually went down to the likes of 61% a few hours ago, but you could see a little bit of a move, towards the upside in the dominance. But in a grand scheme of things, though, dominance is still really high, believe it or not. That's something I want you guys to keep in mind and not forget. Before we start jumping around and partying, I know the price of, Onyxcoin has seen a massive recovery, and we're going to obviously touch base on that. But, in terms of, getting excited, the confirmation, I'm still not buying this. I think, dominance needs to pull down much more before, I can start thinking whether or not this could really be that next leg up towards the upside. But, major liquidation yesterday, of course, we know about that. Something that we haven't seen for, quite some time. It was a historic liquidation event. So leverage trading is something that I want you guys to stay away from, and I've obviously emphasized this quite a bit. And if you are new to the crypto space, don't leverage trade, because moves like yesterday could wipe you out in a snap. With that said, let's really take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin obviously touched right at the neckline of what I spoke to you guys about, the 23.6. And at this point, that's clear. We retested the significant key support. I expected the support to play out as a major support, of course. And, since then, we did see about a 12% increase. And, that is quite a large, increase for Bitcoin, believe it or not. So, this gains that we're seeing for the broader market, double digits for a lot of coins, is not a major shocker. So, you shouldn't be really shocked at that. But the last 1 hour, you're seeing a little bit of a retracement within the market. So what does this really mean? If you're looking at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin did see, the dominance did see a little bit of a spike, which of course is having an impact on this. Even though BTC is almost at about $102,000, obviously we need to see a close above here. We honestly could even make our way up to 106K mark, but I think we need to, examine this whole tariff situation very closely, because 30-day pause, yes. What if in the next 30 days, same shenanigan happens? They need to come up with some sort of a solution. If they do, I think, the sentiment overall is going to be bullish. But right now, uncertainty, even though in the short term, 30 days, you might be thinking, this is it, tariff thing is done. No, I think I want you guys to really examine the upcoming weeks. So remember, in the crypto space, you do tend to see major move towards the upside, and it could be a complete fake out, and we have seen a lot of that in the past. But let's take a closer look and really understand what I mean when it comes to the XCN price. But what XCN was able to do right here is something not that surprises me. You can see we went up to 3.4 cents. So if anyone let's say you've done your due diligence research and are wanting to get into XCN, and remember, there's a famous saying, be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. The people that were being greedy yesterday and somehow got in around this 1.7 cents price point for XCN, which ended up retesting right at the neckline of the support on the 27th of Jan. If you picked it up around this range, you saw XCN go up 86.46%. And remember, this move right here, this wick that we saw down to the 1.8 cents mark did not last too long. I want you guys to realize. So let me know in the comments down below if you actually ended up picking this up. But one thing I want to kind of have a discussion with you guys in this update is, the profit taking situation. I saw a lot of comments, when we did see this big market flush, people saying, I'm completely in, red, I'm wiped out, this and that, this is scary. Guys, you're up 86%. So of course, we're pretty much getting closer to where we were prior to this major correction. This time around, if you're looking at your portfolio right now and you just cannot afford to lose the money that you have, I promise you, listening to the comments will not get you anywhere. At the end of the day, if the money that you have in your portfolio right now is too much that you cannot afford to lose, that's the best sign to take some off the table, take some profits off the table. When it comes to taking profits, doesn't mean you just sell your entire position in one go. Locking in profits is maybe you take some off of the table, which could be 10%, 20, depending on your personal needs, right? But I would strongly suggest you guys to do that. But this balance right here, what is this showing us though? What is this showing us? Because obviously Bitcoin saw a move of about a 12% dominance, still quite high, but XCN getting closer to pretty much where it left off, while the broader market is still trying to make its way back up to where it was, and XCN is quite close to where it was just a few days back, and that is showing me something that is just insanity. And in terms of all-time highs, I still do believe, and remember, projects that pump up like this, during moves like the one that we did just see 24 hours ago, that's really that test phase, the confirmation phase. Is it really going to keep up with this overall trend, or is it just going to die out and you're going to see the market, plummet back down and you're pretty much range here? No, with XCN still, it's still intact with this upward trajectory. Pretty much seeing a little bit of a retracement shouldn't be a major surprise right now, because of course we did see the dominance go up and Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a pullback over the last 2 to 3 hours, which of course has impacted XCN. But it went up to 3.4 cents. Obviously got stopped out at some key resistance, but a very, very impressive move in my opinion. And if it's able to get above this key resistance at 3.8 cents, I really do believe, that move that a lot of people are anticipating towards new yearly highs could be very, very close. So very, very impressed with what I'm seeing here. Let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding, the XCN price point. What do you think is going to happen? But with that said, let's say, this is a complete fake out and, BTC retests back down to the 23.6 support and, dominance just fills the wick. And, that's the scary part here. Dominance usually tends to fill the wick, and that's what I've seen historically. Not 100% of the time, but the chances are quite high when uncertainty is there. So could dominance really go up to 64.25% and fill that wick, and Bitcoin to see a major flush down below the 23.6? But what's really crazy right now is that since the last pretty much 2 months, we have seen the price of Bitcoin consolidating within the 23.6. So are we going to reach some levels that we haven't seen before Donald Trump got elected? Those are levels still that I'm focusing on, and honestly, we could yet again see another flush for the markets, because this could definitely be a fake out. We were over sold in the last few hours, but like I said, this is how the crypto market works. You always need to be prepared, and obviously you need to have a risk strategy to lock your profits in so you don't get wiped out. But This is very, very impressive with XCN right now. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing. Of course, we're being supported by the previous all-time high, not all-time high, the yearly high, which of course was on the 24th of this last month. We're being supported by that range, and if we're able to close around this range, I do believe you could see more upside, but pay very close attention to Bitcoin and the dominance. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support. Continue subscribing and hitting that like button. Share this video with a lot of people. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.